Welcome back to Diva Chats, everyone. This is QP. We also have Sasha B on the line. Finally, Sasha, they gonna ask you.
Yeah, I'm here.
They want to know where you been, what's been going on. But recently I've been doing. I did a couple shows only because I was bored. Because I'm bored out of my mind. So I was like. Plus, I was working on a website, working on a few things. So I was like, let me just, try to figure this stuff out. So. But we're here, we're back, we got a show for you guys. We're not gonna keep you long, we're just trying to keep you guys entertained during this lockdown, shutdown, whatever you want to call it. I think we all just quarantined at this point, so
quarantining.
We're quarantining, right? Alright,
yes.
So let's go ahead. So Sasha, what has been up with you? Where have you been? I know just right before we started you was yelling at Riley, so what's going on?
I mean, other than yelling at Riley, that's like my everyday move right now. What have I been up to? Actually, I'm actually enjoying being at home.
You do? I hate that shit.
I am. I'm starting my life out with intentions every morning. I'm getting up. I'm getting shit done. It's just been, for me, I'm still working. So I'm still working from home. And then, I have the terrible teenagers here and then the little one. But, yeah, I've been learning about stocks. That's been like my biggest thing right now.
Oh,
I'm like on it.
Talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working out, trying to get my sexy back. Looking all good. Because after this quarantine, I realized I need a man. I'm gonna live life with purpose.
Well, we're gonna get to that because recently I have been working on. I've been working on the book. Remember the book I told you I was talking about? I've always been talking about The Maintenance Man.
Oh, yeah.
So I've actually been working on it. I've actually wrote the first chapter of it already on Wattpad. Yeah. So I'm working on it. I actually have to go on tonight and finish do the chapter 2. But yes, I am working on that. Actually, I have my notes on what I'm going to talk about on it. I wrote it somewhere. I don't know. I got so much sticky pads in my office. It's not even damn funny. But, where I put it, matter of fact. Yeah, I don't remember where I put it. I put it somewhere. But I haven't. So, we'll talk about that in just a moment. So, dating, people's, romantic life has been impacted, so that's something. So cool. So we can talk about
mine's the same. What are you talking about?
Well, you just realized you need
great.
A man.
Everybody just falling in the place where I am for forever now. It feels good. Welcome.
Well, the thing is, you just realized that you need a man, so we're gonna talk about that. So,
well, I realized that maybe I should research. I should be more open to dating and relationship and stuff, So, I'm going to try to live life with a little bit more intention and stop being so judgy and kind of give people a chance. Let people in.
Let people in, all right. Okay, so we're going to talk about that.
No, hold on now. I like my cobwebs.
But we'll talk about that. So, I mean, today, I know you've been busy. For me, I haven't been working. Like I mentioned on the last couple of shows, I haven't been working. Besides, like, online stuff, like digital marketing and, like, websites and stuff like that. So, I've been doing a little bit of that. Working on all of my websites. All of them. I don't know how much I got at this point. And websites for other people. Like business cards, flyers and stuff like that. So I've been working on those things. I'm going to be working on. Dang, I don't know why I put my notes for it. I'm just looking for them. I think I put them in this book. But I'm also going to be working on the work from the work. And this, the messed up thing is, I had just signed up for a client on Arise early March. But the day of the class, I dropped it because I was like, well, I got so much going on. I'm busy with the business, with my cleaning business. So I'm like, I don't really need that right now. I think, it's going to hinder because I have some clients that are daytime and I had class in the daytime and it's Monday through Friday. So it was like one of those things that I couldn't even like get out of.
Finish your schedule, yeah.
Right. So I was like, it was either one was going to take the hit, and I didn't want my business to be the one to take the hit. So I was like, you know what? I just got to be strategic. And then 2 weeks later, we on a damn lockdown. So, now I'm just at the point where I'm just like, okay, well, damn, I should have done it. But I have some people. I have people working, so it doesn't really impact me too much right now. But it's definitely something I regret. I didn't just jump on it because now look at me. All right, but it is what it is. Well, the first thing, I don't know if you listen to some of the. Damn, I'm looking. What I'm doing right now. I'm looking for my notes from, because now that I talked about it, I want to find it. Oh yeah, I found it. Found it. So let me just go ahead and find my notes for maintenance man. So I got to work on it tonight. So that's that. But so let's talk about the romantic stuff. So when did you realize that? What was going on? You lonely?
No, I wouldn't say that. It ain't it ain't that serious. I'm definitely more focused on building myself and just I'm content and I'm happy for a very long time. I think with age, I've kind of realized that a lot about me has changed and a lot of the way I see things has changed. And I'm all about growth and building my business and learning and evolving into just a better version of myself. Mm-hmm. But I do also realize that while, learning more about myself, that some of the mistakes that I've made in life when it comes to like personal, issues, relationship, blah, 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 I do play a part in that. So I feel like, okay, I can't really blame or not so much blame, say anything about why I'm not in a relationship when I'm actually not putting the effort. I don't go anywhere. I literally don't go anywhere. And when I do go somewhere, I'm always going out with the intention that I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to go there with you. I'm just
out here trying to have fun.
Yeah, I'm not even, y'all full of shit. Y'all came out here to do bullshit and I'm not playing. So I set myself up for failure before I even try.
Okay.
So, no, I'm just at a place like, okay, I need to put myself out there. I'm so wonderful. I need to bless the world with me, Give them a little Sasha, a little spice. So,
wow. All right.
I'm gonna make some man feel special, whoever he is.
Okay, we like that. Well,
or two men, or 3 or 4 or 5, 6,
Well, that's a good thing. It's good because a lot of people are. I think Corona is giving people a lot of time to reflect on a lot of stuff. Now that we have time, when we get caught up in business and working and stuff like that, children and family, we're like hustle and bustle. Like you don't even have time to stop and think or reflect on your life and reflect on things that your path and what you're doing. But Corona has given us the ability to just sit down. Like when you don't watch all the Netflix, when you don't watch all the Hulu. At this point now, and then you don't watch all the YouTube. Social media don't do it for you no more. Everybody's saying the same thing over and over again. So you get to the point where you're just like, I need to start thinking about, something else, So I think that this gives the opportunity for a lot of people to just do some, either reflect on things that they can change about themselves, things change about their lives. That would, well, I'm pretty sure not only in romantic or not even in self-reflection, I think it also, when it comes to, what do you call that again? Oh, Jesus. Why my mind went blank? When it comes to business opportunities, a lot of people lost their jobs, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, absolutely.
right. A lot of people lost their jobs, and at this point, we don't know if a lot of these jobs coming back. Because by the time, I don't know if you've been listening to the show. The last two shows, I was talking about some of the stimulus packages and the bills that just passed recently to help businesses, small businesses, to sustain during the time that either they're closing or they can't work or they can't provide job opportunities for people. And as a matter of fact, last night I did a show. I was talking about how Wells Fargo has someone an email the day before yesterday saying that they can't give me no money, right? And it's just so funny. I don't know if I just spoke it into existence, but as soon as I got off the recording, as soon as I was done with the recording, I was uploading the audio file. I got a notification on my phone from an email. So apparently, Wells Fargo was like, "Hold up, we didn't say that you can't go through us. We just said that right now, you still in queue. We're gonna still help try to see if we can process your application, but like what they were saying is like I'm still in the queue." That's exactly what they said. You're still in the queue. We're gonna keep your position in the queue of how they when they receive my application. So because of that reason, and then this morning they sent me another email requesting for me to verify my business employee ID. So I was like, okay, cool. They sent me the link. I went to the link into what the information that they wanted me to submit. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But what I'm trying to get to is a lot of businesses are going to be impacted because, one, these stimulus packages, these SBA loans, these PPP programs, nobody know how the hell it's going. The stimulus check, nobody know when we're finna get it. Still, we were supposed to get. Apparently, there was a little source says that we were supposed to say we were supposed to get it today. Some people are saying tomorrow. Some people are saying next week. Nobody know. Even the government don't know when we're finna get this money. Okay, I don't even think they got the damn money. I think they because Wells Fargo. One of the reasons why Wells Fargo has stopped taking applications because they're saying they didn't even get enough money to give everybody money. So that's the one part. So that's a PPP program under the CARES Act. And then you have the first stimulus bill that went out that was supposed to fund the SBA loan and the grant stuff and whatever. They can't even understand the process of that too. So nobody know what the fuck is going on. So nobody know how long these businesses can sustain themselves without any money, business, and stuff like that. Especially also if you don't have any, workers. So my husband was telling me, he was like, well, if we do get this money from, what we're going like, he was like, well, what do you want to do with the money we're gonna get? And if we do get the money for the business, what do you want to do with it? And I'm like, I don't know what the hell we gonna do. Because we don't know what the hell's going to happen. We don't know how long we're going to be here for. We don't know how long this is going to be, how far or how deep the hurt is going to be. We got a serious problem on our hand where we can't even project what 30 days from now is going to look like. Because 30 days from, if you go 30 days back, we didn't think it was going to be this into this like this. What you think?
Here's my thing on this whole situation. I feel like people need to not so much stop depending on the government, but I feel like the United States government has failed us completely.
Absolutely.
And everyone is sitting around waiting on the stimulus check and and hoping that it's going to come when they don't realize, honestly, this government don't give shit about us. So. And I get it, like a lot of businesses is closed and they need that money. But I think we now need to start figuring out how to make our own money without depending on the government. Because even the stimulus check, I was actually talking to my cousin the other day, and I was like, man, I spent that stimulus check already in groceries. you know, and
Yes.
I make decent money. So
Right.
imagine for someone who doesn't make a lot of money, and you're telling this person you're giving them $500 per child, and they have to worry about feeding them and paying bills and rent. And to me, it's just
And
like,
again, we don't know for how long this is going to be, because
exactly, exactly.
even
You have
unemployment is really is stuck. Unemployment, a lot of people can't even complete the application, so their system is
exactly
overloaded. It's like, when I tell you, it's, let's be frank, it's fucked up all around. Nobody knows what the fuck is
right.
going on. Nobody know how to handle
So
the situation. The government is playing stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know what the fuck
they
is going
said that,
on. Right. They acting
yeah.
like they don't know what the fuck is going on. Everything should be smooth. Bitch, you know we ain't getting this goddamn money. Everybody hungry. You know that, right? Like, we're tired.
Like
We're
people
hungry.
are literally like holding out on their bills and things.
Right.
You know, I know people are waiting for the check to hit, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna have to figure out another way to bring money in your house. Like
Mm-hmm.
you would just not arise. I still have my job. I
Mm-hmm.
still have my everyday job. You know, but I signed up for another class of Arise because guess what? I want to make sure I have a cushion. No one knows how long is this going to last.
Right.
This is what I believe is surpass April 30th, and it's going to hit us even. It's going to hit us hard. So I need to build a cushion for myself. So I'm not sitting here. Will the check help me? Absolutely. Will the business loan help me? Absolutely. But the government hasn't shown me anything that they're willing to do to get this going. It's all fluff. It's all a bunch of fluff to the point like it was like, you know what? I'm not gonna sit and depend on you to make sure I'm okay because you don't care about what my everyday life is and what's going on with me.
Right.
I'm gonna have to take care of myself.
Right.
And that's the thing and unfortunately that's the thing I feel with a lot of American people is that they're so
I can't hear you. Hold on, y'all. Let's get Sasha back on the line. Hold on. All right.
I was like, wow, I was texting you, I lost you.
Oh, we got Sasha back. Right. So what you were saying, American people are dependent on what? They're dependent on the government?
Yeah, I feel like they're dependent on the government to save them from this whole situation. And in some aspect, I do believe that they're supposed to, help us through this situation. But we are also supposed to play our own part, you know. And one of these things that I've noticed that when I go to the grocery stores, part of playing your part is this is actually killing people, like really killing. I know personal people that now has died.
Wow.
There's no reason for the Walmart to be packed and you're doing frivolous shopping. Like being in the medical field, we're told every day that we don't even know if we have the virus. There are a lot of young people out there with very good immune system and shows no signs of this disease. They don't, not even a cough.
Right.
Right? And they're still spreading this disease.
Right.
So I feel like part of being responsible in order for our business to grow, for our lives to get back to normal, for us to be able to take care of ourselves, we have to start with the simple things. First of all, the natural things. Stay your ass in the house unless if you don't need to. Like, why are y'all running around? What's wrong? It's not that hard. Read a book. Find something innovative to do at home. You know, spend time with your children. Talk to them. Write a book. You know?
Right.
Get a diary. Write down your personal thoughts. Shit, open a podcast and talk. Just, find things to do that's going to stop this because it's affecting us. It's not affecting the government. It's affecting us.
Right.
We're the ones that are going to suffer. We're the ones who are going to end up having high interests and back pay on bills and all this stuff because we can't go back to normal because we are not taking care of ground zero. This is ground zero. The government is up in their little towers watching, and we on the battlefield.
But I
So
think the reason why a lot of people depend, well, I wouldn't say depend. A lot of people will expect the government to at this point play a hand. We pay taxes in this country. The least I want to happen is when shit blows up or shit hit the fan. The least the government can do with all of my money that they take in is help me when I'm in need. Now, I'm not saying for you to get involved in every little aspect of my life. I'm just saying, like, hell, at this point, $1,200, yeah, that's cute, but we all know that can only get a family through 1 month worth of, bills, 1 month of living, So we all know the
that's
truth.
not even a rent for most people.
Right, it's not. So, yeah, we can appreciate the gesture.
No.
But
I
at
don't
the end of the day,
shit. No, I think that's bullshit.
I appreciate because there are. But okay, Sasha, you have to understand. You still working. There's some people who don't have nothing coming in, so it matters to some people who don't even have anything.
And that's why, and that's why they should do better. Because
right, but let's be honest. There are a set of group of people in this country who don't have the opportunity to do better. I'm not saying like, yeah, they can push themselves, blah blah blah, but they're still gonna be
not them, the government. That's what the government should do better, because there are people out there who doesn't have that income coming in, and to tell someone this has been going on for 2 months, to tell someone you're going to offer $1,200.
Come to find out, we've been dealing with this since November. They wasn't telling
I know.
us.
But this whole job thing started.
Yes. So, but the thing is, here's the thing. A lot of people, like I have my sister, my niece, or whatever. They work in the hotel industry. They have pretty decent job. My sister has been working at one of the hotels that she works at. She's been working there for over 20 years. She has a very good position, very good pay. It's not like she's, like not doing it. Well, let me just say. So she works in a hotel. The hotels are closed. My niece also works in a hotel. Hotels are closed. So they've been home, not doing anything. Yeah, they may have given them some pay, some, a little bit of stuff, and they allow them to go file unemployment for the meantime. But one, a lot of people don't have access to computers. Two,
right,
to be able to get through to unemployment is a pain in the ass, because I don't even think they're taking calls right now. So the process alone of getting unemployment, do you know there's over 10 million applications?
Absolutely.
For
and
unemployment at this time.
It went up, yes, in the last couple of days. That has went up as well.
Right. So we have a serious situation. There are some people who, because if these hotels can't get back on their feet, or they can't open up, let's say we in this shit for another 90 days, there's a lot of businesses that's gonna suffer. Because again, these mortgage companies, they're only gonna defer you for 90 days. Only 90 days. That's the only thing you're gonna
only
get.
90 days.
Only 90 days. And
they're gonna attach fees to that.
Right. Only 90 days. And you still got to pay the interest. They're going to take that payment and put it at the end. You still got all your other bills and utilities. Like I told my husband, we're not deferring the mortgage. We're going to do all that other stuff with the other small bills or whatever. But the mortgage,
later.
No. No. If we really, really need it, because he's still working, thank God. But if we really, really need it, we'll go that route, because I don't want to have to take 3 months of payment and now I have to figure out I have to do a modification just to take it and put it on the end. I ain't got time for all that. Let's just pay it. If we got it, let's just pay it. Now the bills, the light bill, Tico gonna have to wait. All those other people, we can deal with them at a later time. But the mortgage, we gonna do that. We gonna pay that. That's the least we gonna do. Let's pay them. So, but there's so many people that are stuck right now. There's so many people are stuck. There's some places, some landlords are still kicking people out of their homes. There are people on the streets right now. There's people in shelters right now. What do you think was going on with shelters? If somebody's sick, that can be contagious and can affect everybody in there. So it's so much that's going on that's impacted. I mean, we're seeing it from, like, I was just watching the news, and they were talking about the young man in the prison who was showing. Oh my God, girl! When I tell you, this guy was like, he was breathing. He had the coronavirus. So the guy who was recording, he was a prisoner. He was an inmate. He was recording the inmate next to him who has a coronavirus, clearly having breathing distress, having respiratory distress. The guy was, you can hear him like breathing heavy. That guy is gonna die. They actually, and they're not sending, they're supposed to, part of the CARES Act was they were supposed to send all nonviolent offenders home to, like on a house arrest. A lot of them are not doing it. So a lot of those inmates are sick. Because, okay, if they never leave, how did they get it? A CO brought it in, or one of the nurses or something like that. Somebody brought it in.
One of the officers or somebody brought it in.
So if they brought it in, and all the inmates are getting it, the inmates ain't leaving, they're not treating them like they should. So if they're not treating them like they should, they don't have the proper equipment, proper tools to treat them like they should. They can't isolate themselves and social distance in the prison system when you have like at least 5 to 6 people in one cell. How they gonna social distance, right? So if they can't do that, then you have they're infected. Then the COs take that, other COs who aren't infected or who newly get infected, take it back home. It's like, we ain't never getting out this shit, Sasha. You think this shit is gonna last 90 days? This shit is gonna be more than 90 days. Because the government was slow to react.
Even if we're able to go out there, it's still going to be just detrimental on a lot of families.
It's still good because our lives are gonna be changed forever. One person can infect 6 people. Could you hear that? One person can infect 6 people. With that rationale, in a matter of 60 days, one person can infect 1 million people. Can be infected by just that one person who had an infection in a matter of 60 days. So you mean to tell me we ain't got a situation? We got a fucking situation. That CO goes to the doctor. That CO goes to whatever, Walmart, go to whatever, and infect somebody else. That shit's it bothers me that. What really bothers me is not that the people aren't taking it seriously. I think the reason why people aren't taking it seriously is because the government fucked up. If the government was taking it serious from the beginning, we
but look who's our president, though.
Exactly.
He was saying, no, it's all good. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing.
Right, he was saying, go back to work. You feel sick, go back to work. Now we here.
And I think it was only for his own benefit. He did that to people for his own benefit. He was a selfish reason.
Right.
And he infected the public on purpose. I don't give a damn what anybody says. He did this shit on purpose because you've been known since back in October, November.
Yeah. So we've had the opportunity. We missed the opportunity to deal with it. And from the time that he was saying that, from the time we had our first case, well, notably, like on paper, because I believe we've been sick since November. A lot of people been saying that they were sick. I was on a Twitter thread today where people were saying that they've been sick since November, December. People been and with the same exact symptoms. Now a lot of people say, well, just because you have the symptoms don't mean, but I mean, they're like, oh, corona. I mean, there's so much conspiracies. I don't even want to get into it. But one of the things that people aren't understanding is that we knew the WHO had offered us ways to combat this, and one method of combating it was with masks. Our government refused it because they wanted to be able to make it themselves and profit off of it. Then, yeah, it's true. He said it. He said we didn't. He was like, and now we're in a point where we do have PPEs. Because remember, the government, those nurses and doctors in the hospitals that are helping us, they can't get PPEs. Why they can't get PPEs? The government just said the other day, they have PPEs, but they're not giving it directly to the hospitals. They're not giving it directly to the states. They're giving it to the vendors. So the vendors can sell it to the hospitals. So now the vendors are playing patty cake. They're playing auction. They're playing eBay with these hospitals. So whoever got the most cash gets the mask. That's how it's going right now.
Right.
That's what we at. That's what we at. That's what we at. So,
but
for
that's our government for you,
right? So, like you said, we do need to depend on ourselves. We do need to take action in the right way. We do need to be mindful that you might get it and not have symptoms. And I think the reason why we might get it and not have symptoms, I think, is because we have developed antibodies. So you might get it, don't have symptoms, because this is the second time around that you got it. It's not the first time. I believe. So
yeah,
you already you have antibodies, so it's not infecting you. You don't have symptoms because your body knows how to fight it the second time around.
Fight it already.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why a lot of people have symptoms. So they was talking about that today. That's the reason why they believe a lot of people have COVID-19. They're COVID-19 positive, but they don't have any symptoms, is because this is their second interaction. So they've already created antibodies in their system to fight it off the second time. So, but even though you might have antibodies, you can still give it to somebody else. Are you hearing this?
Yeah.
You can still give it to somebody else, even if even if you don't have symptoms, even if you
have any symptoms.
Right. Even if you have antibodies, this is your second time around, you fought it already, whatever, you can still give it to somebody else. So that's the reason. That's one of the main reasons why I decided to stay my ass home, because I have a daughter, I have a husband, I can't afford to lose, and I ain't trying to play no Russian roulette, because you don't know if your antibodies are gonna fight it like it should the next time around. You don't know. So we had other stuff to talk about. We didn't even talk about it. But it's cool. Well, one of the things we wanted to talk about was business opportunities. A lot of people don't know. There's plenty of information out there. You can Google it. You can YouTube it. Plenty of jobs that you can start for little to no money.
Exactly.
People don't know. Let me see if I can get a few. Right now, I'm looking at one right now. If it comes up. So one of the things, again,
just some small things, like we have work from home opportunities available for people.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And you and I, and I don't remember if I was the other day, I had two, a cousin and her friend who signed up to work from home at the beginning of March.
Mm-hmm.
Then at the end of April, and she kept telling me kept telling her this is a scam. Watch, she's not going to get any pay, because she was getting every night.
Mm-hmm.
And she and they were often home, and she was like, "Oh my God, I just went from one job to the next," and she literally was able to start working.
Right.
In training in March, and in she was like, go, and she was, she was able to just jump right into and check,
stretch or something like that, stick your head out the window, but your phone is breaking up.
I'm sticking out.
Oh.
How about now?
Oh.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Opportunity, there are so much opportunities that you actually work from home opportunities.
By the way.
Me and you both know that. Well, my phone must suck right now because I have it like right in my ears.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
I guess.
Let's talk about some of the things that some people. Okay. Doing e-commerce things online. That's a good thing. Be mindful. But because a lot of people are getting know about private labeling and white labeling and stuff like that. Well, white labeling is more for digital stuff, but private labeling is more for like physical products or whatever. So that's something that a lot of people are doing. So they're doing like Amazon business and stuff like that. So that's one of the things that you can do. Look it up, Google it. There's
Right.
plenty of information. There's even YouTube videos on how to do it. They have blogs. You can do blogs. Talk about some of the things, like people have developed new habits. So a lot of people are into like candle making, what's candy making or stuff like that. Cupcake baking. Some people are dealing with stress by eating and
Math.
cooking. Right.
Some people are making masks, stuff like that. Yeah.
You can create a blog on some of those things, and have people follow you, and actually, what you would do, you would get affiliate marketing and stuff like that added to certain web pages and stuff, and that's another way that you can create some kind of income. People ain't doing Airbnb.
I think it's also a good time and use this opportunity. Let's just say, can you hear me?
Just be breaking in and out, breaking up.
No, still.
Yeah, it's breaking up, but
I can't wait. I can't wait for the moment that I can bring you around me again, and we could touch on each other. And
wait a minute. Hold on. You can bring me some wine. But you ain't gonna wine.
Can I give you some very sad news that this coronavirus has done to me?
You're not drinking.
It's very upsetting.
You're not drinking.
I have not touched a glass of wine in 3 weeks.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
And I have wine. I have it sitting there, and I look at it every morning.
That's good. See, a lot of people
I'm not
creating
gonna have you.
good habits, and they're breaking bad habits. So that's a good thing. Not to say it was a bad habit to drink wine. I'm just saying, you know what I mean.
I mean, it's my favorite thing to do in the whole wild world. So for me, glass, it's mind blowing. It's just like at all. And I don't have the craving for it. And normally I do. Like I have to have wine before I do. And really, it's so many different things and reading and almost finished my real estate class.
That's good.
Doing that
See,
too.
I mean, again, that's a lot of
by the time I'm done, I just want to go to sleep.
I mean, there's so many other things.
And my stress level's down.
That's even better. I had a panic attack today, but that's another story. I don't know where it came out of nowhere. I'm not stressed about shit and nothing in particular, but it just came out of nowhere, so it's okay. But some of the things that other people, other opportunities, you can do virtual assistant. Lyft is still going on. You can even do like Uber Eats. What you call that? What's it called? Like Hub, whatever. Grubhub.
Yeah.
Grubhub. You can do Grubhub. So those things are still functioning. So that's another way to make some easy cash. Lawn services. You don't have to deal with people, but you can business. They have. I saw it here. Freelance writing. You can write for people. Write like books. Proofread is another thing. Transcribing. Those are a lot of things that people can do from home online. You don't have to be out your house. You can just go ahead and do your thing. eBay selling. So people are selling stuff all out of their house. I don't know how you're gonna make it to the post office, but good luck. But there's still so many things that people can do type of income, so that they're not too tight even after that $1,200 run out. So that's one of the good things that we can keep in mind. We do have the time to we have the time now to reflect on other things that we can do, because you don't want to be in this situation where now these is money
Right. That's why I think people need to develop a trade.
To last another month. Savings, but for income coming in, I still have income coming in. So, but I have only a month of income coming in because I did invoice from last month, so I'm just waiting for everybody to pay. Mind you, a lot of people ain't even in the office, so we're gonna see how that goes. My office, they actually created a system where they actually scan everything, so I don't have to go to the office all the time. So they'll scan it and let me know what it's there. So, matter of fact, I didn't today, but because I have two of my clients that are late from the month before, so that's another subject. But we'll see what happens.
Late fees.
Huh?
The late fees.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit him with a late fee, girl. I'm definitely gonna hit him with a late fee. Definitely, especially one of my clients that just be giving me, they getting that on top. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it tonight. So I'm gonna send them that late fee. Oh yes, boo, we send them that late fee. I already sent them the, you late bill. Like, we still need your check. I sent them that email already, and nobody has responded. They didn't even look at the invoice because my QuickBooks tracked it. Okay, we got a so I still got enough. As far as for my income alone, I got enough income coming in for another month. But my husband is still working, thank God. We still can pay a couple bills, but again, if we have to shut everything down, if this shit gets worse, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Worse, right?
Well, we don't know what we're gonna do. They only give them $80
and there's
worth
so
of
many
sick leave.
Conspiracies out there about them shutting down. No groceries, nothing. Everything will be shut. So it's like
the government isn't clear. They're not transparent, and they full of shit. There's conspiracies everywhere. Don't even get me started with the 5G towers, all that bullshit. Let me tell you, just done with it all. Just give me my money. If you won't give it to me, fine. Leave me alone. So that's that. But we're out. Thank you so much again for joining us tonight on with Diva Chatz. Be sure to visit our website, www.divachatz.life, L-I-F-E. We're also on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, share, and like. We have old shows, new shows, all the time. We are on a lot of podcast platforms. At this point, I can't even keep up with how much platforms we're on at this point. I think we're on Blog Talk. Well, our old shows are still on. We're doing right now from Spreakers. We also have Anchors. We also have what the hell else we have? Ooh. We have a whole bunch of other stuff. Google. We're on
social media,
Spotify. I think we're on Spotify. So we're on a whole bunch of other stuff. But be sure to like, share, on our YouTube. Be sure to follow us on social media platforms. I believe right now we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Sasha, we do have a Snapchat, don't we? Did you create a Snapchat for us?
We do have a Snapchat.
Okay, at Diva Chatz.
It is at Diva. So yes, we do have a Snapchat.
Okay, at Diva Chatz. I'm also considering doing a TikTok for us because I really like TikTok. So be sure to follow us on all social media platforms that we know of. That if we're not there, so thank you again for chilling with us. This is QP and
Sasha B.
All right, you guys have a good night.